Whoa, Hellblade 2 is coming to the PS5 this summer? Damn. You know, I would be more excited for that game if I actually heard anything good about that game. Because it came out and nothing. Didn't hear a single thing about it.
I'm looking, it got good scores. I don't really trust IGN, but IGN gave it 8 out of 10.
Hellblade 2 came out, a year ago today, actually, as of this recording.
Happy anniversary. People also ask, why did Hellblade 2 fail?
It's almost exactly like when the Fooly Cooley seasons came out, and Wooly asked, yeah, I can't wait for that to come out. And then Pat says, oh, brother. No, it's out? Not only is it out, but both seasons are out. No! And no one said anything.
That's perfect. That's the best description for Hellblade 2.
The only notable games that came out in May of last year is Paper Mario, Animal Well, Crow Country, and that's it.
What was Crow Country again?
Crow Country is a horror game.
Oh, the 64 game.
Yes.
Yeah, that shit looks dope. I love when games... This reminds me of Skullgirls, because I think Skullgirls was just my first example of this, but like when a game is like popular to the point where I think it was digital, right? And then like it got so popular they did a limited run physical release. Yeah, but so that gives me a good example. Games that have like really good success to the point where you're just like, oh yeah, I gotta get this. Like I gotta capitalize on this as quickly as possible.
Yep. And hey, speaking of MK1's done.
It's over?
Not a surprise.
Oh, is it official?
They released the MK1 Definitive Edition.
Yes, they did. I also have the same speculation as you. I also believe that they're done. I was just waiting for an official confirmation from NetherRealm. As far as I remember, they announced right as this DLC was coming that this was not going to be the last thing. And, you know, obviously, lo and behold, here we are. But my whole thing is... If you don't say something soon, it's, you know, you're just eating crow at this point. Like, whether you had that power or not.
Yeah, like Max has said it better on his channel, Max Million Dude. Like, not even 2 years again are they ending, like, MK service. Like, it's crazy. Like, this one lasted, like, a few months longer than MK11, but still, like, geez.
I don't know. The fall off for me, I thought it was a great game. Like, I completed the story. I stuck around to learn a character or two. I had the first round of DLC characters. I played here and there. I feel like I really fell off after... No, yeah, like just before Omni-Man came out is where I fell off. And honestly, I feel like I was all the more better for it. As far as learning combos go, which wasn't like a bad thing, like I feel like it really like... It's not like as complicated as it could be for... Like, let's say if you're trying to learn like a 10-hit combo in Tekken, I feel like the difficulty to learn combos, at least through the training screen, is like medium to average difficulty, right? The problem is when you take that shit online, like people do not give you a chance to do any of that. You have to get really creative. You have to make your own combos happen, right? So it's all really about learning like bread and butter combos. I mean, I got really into it. You know, I picked up Lee May. She's a pretty interesting and cool character. So I learned, you know, some interesting combos. And I think the only reason why I stuck around was because they had introduced like this little like conquest mode for like seasons. So like their seasonal thing was like they would have these different versions of the NetherRealm, I guess, right? And you would go to like different areas of the NetherRealm and you would like walk on it like a board, right? And so every season, like the board is like rearranged and you do all these fights, all these different challenges and things like that. And I played the first 2 seasons and that was about it. The allure just immediately just disappeared. They also kind of rip you off with the costumes. That's the last thing I'll say about it. The costumes are really fucking cool. But, man, like, they were really trying to, like, get every fucking penny out of you. And that really sucked. Like, you figured, like, if they were really willing to put some time and dedication, they would have released a lot of those skins, like, within the actual mode instead of put it behind a paywall. You know, because at least that would have shown that, okay, you have like a roadmap, right? Like you're willing to at least give us this content because you plan to have more content in the future that would probably be better than that. That would make us want to pay for something like that. But no, it's just kind of like, I'm just gonna have you shout all this shit out. And it might not even be NetherRealm's fault. I think it's probably more Warner Brothers' fault, to be honest. I think if NetherRealm really wanted to try to make a really like core Mortal Kombat game, they wouldn't have like a fucking in-game store where you can buy skins and shit. Like they wouldn't have microtransactions.
I remember when like they announced the fatalities that you could buy. I was like, whoa, that's crazy. Which like crazy could be good or bad. Like, oh, that's, you know, at least you could get more fatalities in. I don't know how much they cost, but hopefully they're not. I thought
they were like $6. Hold on.
Ooh.
And they were, I mean, they were like, if I remember correctly, they were like seasonal fatalities. So they were like a Christmas fatality and a Thanksgiving fatality and like all this other shit.
Yeah, I remember the first one was a Halloween one, I believe.
Yeah, that was the very first one. Damn, altogether, I think they released like $162 worth of DLC.
Oh, they're trying to get that DOA run for the money, huh?
Isn't that like in the thousands, though?
Yeah, Dead or Alive 5, because that game lasted a good while. At the end of it, it's like $1,000, I believe.
Jeez, man.
I think is it? Oh, God. There's like 6 or 9 season passes for that game, and each one is $100. You
know, at its core, was DOA... Did DOA have a good fighting mechanic? Was it? I don't really remember. I haven't played a DOA game in such a long time.
Dead or Alive is a 3-button fighter. I believe it's light. It's like a light heavy, and then a parry / counter button. And it's really just all about like timing and stuff. The older games definitely had more going on. Like I think it was DOA 4 people were bringing up on Twitter. And it's like, yeah, we really need to bring this kind of stuff back where it's not a 3D game, but it did some innovation stuff where like, oh, the terrain's uneven. That's going to factor into the gameplay and stuff. And like they were like really big on like the whole transitional into a different area, as well as like doing damage from the stage. It's just a shame that 6 came out and everybody wanted to play 5 instead. Yeah, just unfortunate. It was really shitty with how they handled the alternate costumes you can unlock. Yeah, it just wasn't as fun as 5. But the new jiggle physics and water physics was pretty good, which, you know, they're using for the Extreme Venus games, of course.
You got to keep the engine. It's got to be worth the money for something.
It's always funny, like every now and then Julian will be like, guys, they added another girl in the Venus games. They were pumping out like so many new characters that you could just make your own separate game, like own separate fighting game, and like it could be all new characters. I just remember the last time I saw like a screenshot for the previous game, I was like, I don't know, I don't recognize anybody except the new character from 6.
You know, talking about DOA, I had to look it up, and I just remembered that they're supposed to be coming out with like a dating sim game.
Yeah, it's the new Extreme Venus game. I played another demo recently. I checked out this game called Crypt Custodian. It's a Metroidvania type game, top-down angle where you're a cat that died and you're sent to the afterlife. And this little frog is guiding you to the gates, but then, you know, you get lost, so you have to go get this... you find a broom, so you use that to attack. And then when you have to destroy these pots to advance, and then the guy was like, oh, you got a pretty good record here. You can go to heaven. It's like, wait a minute. You broke my vases? Dude, what the fuck? You're going to hell. You're going to be a janitor forever. And then so you get sent to hell, and now you have to journey through it. It was looking pretty cool. Yeah, nothing crazy, just very simple. You know, you just mash X, you can pick up items, and you have like special abilities you can use while you're attacking.
God, we really got into this era of like anthropomorphic characters. It's just something about the birds, like the birds with their eyes closed.
Oh yeah,
there's a lot of that in like Cult of the Lamb, but that's of course like another good example of anthropomorphic games and stuff like that. This is really cool though. I'm not gonna lie, I fuck with this heavy.
Yeah, I like the art style. Cool looking enemies, and like the enemies are just like trash and like pots and stuff that are just like building up in hell. And you still talk to your little buddy that was showing you around. And he's just like, yeah, everybody gets sentenced to be the janitor for hell, but everyone gives up, so that's why this place is dirty.
Honestly, a lot of this looks pretty difficult. Like, a lot of the terrain is like moving or like a conveying. You know, there are like platforms and stuff like that. This is really dope. I don't know how far that demo got, but yeah, I'd be interested in playing this when I get my system back.
Yeah, I didn't really play too much of it because I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna be playing more and probably like do a boss fight, and that's probably it. And then I think you can, I think it was up to 3 accessories you can equip that will help you in the combat. So like the one I had was like this, you can buy it's like a rotating, you know, like stick that'll just automatically attack, and like it has 3 prongs and like they'll reload after each hit.
Oh, that's not that bad. That's fucking good.
I've been playing Clair Obscur, Expedition 33.
Oh, you bought it?
Yes, sir, and I started it, and I played it. I'm on Act 1. So far, pretty good in. It's just French Persona. It's great. The story's impeccable so far. You really get lost into, like, the NPCs of the world. The thing that sucks is that there's no map, and there's no icons letting you know who has what for sale. The music is, like Persona, fucking fire, man. It's great. The thing that sucks is that, like, I keep fucking passing out playing it, and I don't want to do that. It's a lot of like running around and talking, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's fun. I have a great time whenever I do play the battles. The BGM for each fight is like different, and it's so good. Each character has like their own different gimmick. Like the main character Gustav has this arm which, like, with each person he hits or each time he lands a hit, he charges up, like, and if he gets like 10 to the charge, which is like a full charge to the arm, he does massive damage. One of them is a mage who gets like elemental tokens. One of them is like a stance user. It's fucking, so far I'm that far into it, and it's great. It's fun, man. Definitely I see the game of the year potential. Now I know Death Stranding 2 is coming out, so I'm gonna hold my tongue until then, but this is definitely up there. It should be between Death Stranding 2 and then Clair Obscur.
Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment, honestly. We'll probably get, I don't know, you think this game will get DLC?
I fucking hope not. I don't know, man. I just hope not, because I'm trying to play it all in one go so I don't have to play it again.
A coworker asked me about it. What's the big deal with this game? Like, everyone's talking about it. Like, why? Like, what's so special about it? First off, like, it's not a AAA game, right? It's like a AA game or whatever. It's only $50,
$50,
and it has so much content. It feels complete, and it's a big deal because this is a non-Japanese game, right? A lot of Western games have a lot of problems. So having this one shine out of all the muck that is triple and quadruple A, pretty big deal.
It's a great time. It's like, I don't know. I feel like if I wanted to play RPG, I would have played Final Fantasy, but I heard little to nothing about this game, so that was already a good sign for me. And then the fact that so many people, our friend, like, being pretty much one of the first telling us that, like, yo, this game is fucking excellent, and all he plays is Destiny, so the fact that he's on something else, it's like, okay.
Right.
Okay.
That's a big deal.
I judge heavily by, like, the opening track for, like, the title screen. Honestly, man, it's up there with Elden Rings.
Ooh, is that the strat?
I think so, man. I think it might be it, because I had to give it two listens. The first one I was kind of not really all there. I was watching a video, and then the second time I'm like, oh wait, hold up, is this emotion?
Yeah, it was really swinging, huh?
Big time, dude. Like Helldivers, man, you can listen to that and you'll be like, oh yeah, you know what this game's gonna be about. This one is gonna have like whimsy, heartbreak, more whimsy, some intense fucking last heartbreak moment that'll probably be the make or break deal for this game. If I'm not crying by the end of this game, man, it's not gonna be great. I take back everything I said. But so far with the prologue done, I'm already like losing.
I don't know how big exactly the game is, but did they introduce you to like any side quests during the
There's
prologue, or is it just straight? Okay. My question to you is, from what you've seen so far, is it 100% like voice acted, or are there like scenes where they don't talk, like you just get like speech bubbles?
Yeah, you get
whatever?
speech bubbles. It's not bad.
And I don't think that that's bad either. I just wanted to know. I just figured, like, I know some games like do like make a point to making sure like if it's going to be like especially like an RPG, they'll try to make it like 100% voice acted.
I'm kind of glad they didn't, because that'll be a lot of time just spent listening to the voice lines. I like to do that. I like to like sit through them. If they're like that, but I would prefer it if I could like skip. Like, I'm a quick reader, so I just read it all and then just skip to the next one. Sometimes it doesn't even make it to the end of their, that the weird little mumble they do when they're talking.
Cut mid-sentence, and it's just
oh man, I saw a clip for Spider-Man and Marvel Rivals last night about that.
Really?
where they made him say the Miles Morales word. And,
shit. It's gonna be a lot of reading, man. Like, I just got to this area. It's a village, and almost everybody in the fucking village has a voice line or a speech bubble. They don't really speak, I guess, French in my case. They're like some kind of made up language.
Yeah, French, yeah. Yeah, you know what? I forgot it was French. Maybe it's a good thing there's no voice lines, right?
No, but like the fact that it doesn't give you a map, so you don't know who you talk to or who's available to talk to. It gets kind of annoying trying to figure out where you're at, trying to get your bearings.
They might update that later.
I hope they do.
Yeah, they did it for Black Myth Wukong.
Okay, yeah, no, you're right. That might work, because I remember playing that through that, and a bunch of times I didn't realize what was a path to what was like a barrier. Yeah, if they add like at least a little mini map, or not even that, even just like a dot above somebody's head letting you know they have something to tell you, and then goes away when you interact, that'd be nice. But that's so far that's my only gripe. Just trying to figure out the story, figuring out the world that we're in. They make you work for it.
I've also been playing one of my backlog games, kind of RPG-esque. Hold on, let me try to lock in and pronounce this right. I'm not going to pronounce it right. I give up.
Spell it out, dude.
It's like Asterigos. Asterigos. That's what it is.
Curse of the Stars.
Yeah, so I saw this game on the Iron Pineapple YouTube channel. Mentioned them before, right? He just plays a bunch of Souls-like games, quote unquote, on Steam. He played the early access for it like years ago, and yeah, it looked pretty cool, and it was pretty cheap a while back for the anniversary update. It's like the deluxe, basically, where you get like extra armor or whatever, which the outfits don't really matter. It's just like the drip.
Uh-huh.
And so I was like, you know what? Like, it's time to play it. It's so far it's okay. I think I have to wait until I get some more upgrades to really feel out the combat, because at times it is still a little stiff. But it's cool. You just play like this girl in a sort of like, it's a fantasy world, but like it's taking a lot from like what looks like Greek mythology and like some Norse stuff too. It's weird. It's like people, it's this race of people that like their skin turns purple and they either stay human or they transform into other things, and that's where like your enemy variations come in. And you're a girl from a village just trying to find her parents, and then you meet like the other like main characters of the game, and they're telling you like, oh no, there's a lot of shit going on, and we need you to find your parents so that way we could figure out like all this mess. So I'm still pretty early in. I did my first boss fight, and then immediately after that there's another boss fight, so I said I'm gonna save real quick and come back to it. But it's cool so far. It's very simple. You get 6 weapons off the jump, and you can just open your menu off, like even mid-combat, open your menu and switch the weapons that you have locked on. And you use square for your first, and then triangle for your second weapon. And you do a combo with one weapon, and then you could finish it with a different attack with the second weapon. So that's kind of cool. So right off the bat, you got a lot of combos you could try to figure out, and then when you go back to the home base, you can upgrade the weapons and figure it out from there. You
get knuckles.
So they're not really knuckles, like it looks like it, but you shoot out like energy balls to the enemy. That's the basic attack. But if you have them as a combo finisher for a different weapon, you do like a little AoE burst in front of you, which is pretty nice. And I just unlocked the skill for it to where if you charge the bracelets, it transforms the energy into a sword, and you could do like one big hit.
Nice.
So like you two-hand the sword and swing it like directly in front of you in like a white arc or something?
Yeah, it goes straight down in front of you.
Oh, straight down.
Yeah. But it takes a long time for it to charge, like during combat. So you have to make sure the enemies are stunned. So just do a quick combo, and while they're stunned, charge that sucker up and deal some big damage.
So you said that you start with 6 weapons. Are those like the 6 weapon types, and then you just get those 6 weapon types throughout the game? You just upgrade those 6 weapons? Am I understanding that correctly?
Yeah.
Or do you get more weapons?
You're not going to get more weapons. You're just going to level them up.
Let me ask you this. If it's kind of Soulsborne-like, do like the enemies drop items and things like that? Like, is there kind of like are there weapon trees when you upgrade? Like, you probably get like a boss weapon or something when you upgrade?
No. I don't know. Based on the skill tree, yeah, you could just swing it around, and you can upgrade the branches for each weapon separately. And then there's some where it's like for a slash boost damage, for example, and that would go for the daggers and for the sword and shield, because they're both slash type weapons. But as far as like them becoming like a boss variant, I doubt it, because since like the armor doesn't really matter either in the game, I don't really see anything else that's like, oh yeah, you could equip this to make it different. There is the ability to change like the elemental type of the weapons, and so it's explained like, yeah, eventually you're gonna find a bunch of different elements, and then you just have to figure out like which enemies are resistant to what and go from there.
And you can put different elements on different weapons, right? It's not just like I choose this element and then all of my weapons are this element.
No, that's what it is. Yeah, like I got fire, so all the weapons I'm going to use are fire unless I swap it out into a different element.
When you were saying earlier, like you can do a combo that like basically switches one weapon to the other, I thought of like DMC a little bit. I know like Tales games also kind of do that too, but that's not really like kind of like the MO here.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not that in depth with the weapon switch. It's like you do a 3 or 4 hit attack with your first melee weapon, and then you could end the combo with your second weapon that you have.
Right, and it just helps you draw it out easier. That's pretty much just what it is.
Yeah. It's again, it's a little stiff. You can tell like this is like an indie game for sure, but I'm still liking it so far. All the main dialogue in the game is voice acted, which is kind of nice. The only thing I wish was if there was a freaking map, because man, I was getting lost for a good while the other night.
We need these maps.
Yeah, and then I went to the journal tab in the game. I was like, oh, it is a map. Oh, it's not a map. It's an illustration of the area. I'm
going to use the Elden Ring term here. What are the graces called in this game? Are there graces?
Yeah, I don't remember what they're called, but it's like a chalice thing that like it shoots a beam of light into like this pendant you have, and so you get your health back, and then it'll of course reset all the enemies in the area. But unfortunately, this is the one thing that bums me out, because I really don't want to backtrack to the base. But that's all it does. It lets you rest, and you can't upgrade your weapons there or anything. Yeah, I have to go all the way back to the blacksmith, which I haven't done yet. So hopefully, like the game just takes me back there after I beat this next boss. But
I have a piece of small news. Basically, it's been supposedly reported that they're going to be remaking Max Payne 3. Like, it's going to be remastered. I don't think Rockstar is the one doing the remaster.
No, it's probably like a third party, right?
Yeah. I mean, it could be in-house, but they could also be using something else. So the source I'm looking at is from Video Gamer. It says, okay, it might actually be in-house. According to renowned Rockstar Games insider Tez 2, Rockstar is actively working on a remaster of Max Payne 3. The leaker claimed the Rockstar's plans from the Pandemic games includes a port of the third game to modern systems, along a remaster of GTA 4. Okay, I didn't know about the GTA 4 part, but if that part is also true, that would be huge. That would be so big. I mean, I feel like even though like PS3s and Xbox 360s were kind of like in abundance for a while, like GTA 4 specifically is a very like elusive game. Like I don't really feel like a lot of people played that game out of most of the games. Me personally, because I don't hear a lot of people talk about GTA 4. So that would be really cool if they did really do a remake of that.
Yeah, I've only heard people say like, yeah, it was a pretty good story. You know, it's like few and far between.
Yeah. So other than that, it just talks about how if they do a remaster, I think the remaster is expected to release a similar time as Remedy's Entertainment's Max Payne 1 and Max Payne 2 remakes. Okay, so the other studio is Remedy's Entertainment, and they're doing the remakes of the first two. That would make sense if they're all doing it at the same time. But whether there's like a definitive trilogy that they would do, like Mafia, I don't know about all that. I could probably see it though. That would be something.
For what? For Mafia?
Yeah, you know how like Mafia 1 and Mafia 2, they weren't for like the PS4. They were like older games like PS3. I think Mafia 2 was for the PS4. I take that back. But they both got definitive editions. So they were both brought onto the PS5.
Well, Mafia 1 was a remake. And then
they remade Mafia 1.
Yeah, and then Mafia 2 is a HD port like or something.
Right, yeah. The HD whatever they call them, the HD.
So a remaster port, yeah.
So I thought, hey man, this might be this year or next year might really be like the year that Rockstar like just takes over. The year of Rockstar, just coming up with all these games that everybody has been fucking asking for probably the better half of the last half decade. Can I talk about how much I hate that the algorithm? Like I'm so fucking cooked. I hate how much the algorithm has me. The other day, I caught an ad on official licensed toddler stroller, and it's a collaborating with One Piece. Okay, so like the brand of like the stroller basically is called Wonderfold, and I'm pretty sure it's like it's not from America. I went onto the website. The algorithm is just trying to throw everything One Piece at me, and it just really wants me to get like all of like the official merch shit that I can get my hands on. And it threw this shit at me, and I was like, I don't even have children, but I would still buy this shit, dude. And I would walk around with this fucking stroller that would have no children in it and just put shit in it. I would just go around like to conventions and stuff, and I would just put like all the merch and stuff in it. They came out with like two different versions of it. One of them is $729. That's the cheaper one.
Ooh.
And then the other one is $899. It's crazy. And the only difference is like one of them is a 2-seater and then the other one is like a 4-seater, so it's just a little bit wider. But all the same, it's just like a little cart that has it looks like the Thousand Sunny. So there's like the lion. I think it's in the back, and it's actually like a backpack, so you can just remove it, put it on there anytime you want. And on the side, it has like a little, I don't really know what you would call it, but I'm guessing it's a blanket. And it's the I forgot what Frankie calls it. You know, like the system with the numbers.
Oh, yeah.
But that thing, we all know what we're talking about. So yeah, it's on the ship in case nobody else is aware. It's on the Thousand Sunny, which is the ship that they got after Water 7. They have like a docking system. That's what it is.
Right.
And so the docking system has these numbers on it from 0 to, I think it's
5.
5. Yeah. And it's just a little cool thing that Frankie does. So anyway, there's like a blanket, and it's got like the docking system outline on it. So it's just like a circle with the numbers. I think it's got like some sort of pocket on the inside or something, so you can put stuff in it. And then the last thing that I noticed is that they have like there's a little canopy that you can put over the top of the stroller. And like the top of the canopy from the outside just has like the Jolly Roger. So it's just like the straw hat, and it's all black. But on the inside of it, it's all of the Jolly Rogers for the whole crew.
Oh, nice.
And it looks fucking clean, man. I'm telling you, the algorithm is really out to get me because I have money for none of this shit, and I don't have children, but I would still buy the fuck out of this anyway. You know what I mean? And it's just like, I really want to reset my algorithm, but I know that that's not even a possible thing at this point. I don't know what to do.
It just takes a long time, but you could do it.
I gotta stop using it. Is what I gotta do.
When you said it was a stroller, the first thing I thought of was in Japan they have a Neon Genesis like line, so it's like Unit 0, Unit 1, and Unit 2. This set is for canes, and each cane has like the color palette, and it's like very subtle. Like it's the handle and then like a ring right under it, and so like that way you can tell which unit it is. And I'm like, damn, bro, we're really getting this deep, huh? I watched the movie, guys.
Me too.
Oh, I watched Jojo Rabbit. So this is Taika Waititi, and I didn't know if this was based off a book, but I think that's irrelevant because it's like it has the Waititi-ness to it. Was never interested in the film because,
of course, he wasn't.
All I knew, all I figured from this movie, just like seeing the first trailer, and this is like I think this is post Ragnarok or something, and it's like, oh, this is just, you know, a Taika Waititi film where it's just this kid in a Hitler youth camp, and that's it. And it's going to have like his comedy. And I was like, you know what? I'm okay. I'm not a huge fan of his comedy most of the time, so I just passed on it, but watched it the other night with a roommate, and whatever I thought that movie was, it was not, dude. Holy shit.
Bro, he casted himself as Hitler, dude.
Yeah, dude.
I'm just looking at the one picture that's up on Google with him and the kid just looking directly into the camera. And you can just see you can just see how badly they fucked up when they glued the mustache on his face, but he still plays it off so well.
Yeah, so he plays Hitler, but he's playing this kid's imaginary friend Hitler. Like this kid is a huge Nazi fan, and he dreams to be like part of Hitler's like personal guard or whatever. And so whenever he needs advice or he's talking to him, it's just Taika Waititi just, you know, being himself, acting like Hitler. Which, like, you know what, like that humor stuff, like that was okay. I didn't really hate it.
Hell yeah, dude. This is the equivalent of Keanu Reeves like playing Johnny Silverhands, and just you having like your schizo moments when you're playing in Cyberpunk.
This is a pretty good cast too, I will say.
Yeah,
like I knew ScarJo was in it. I didn't know Sam Rockwell was in it. Rebel Wilson's in it. Oh God, what's his name? I just had his name. The guy in Game of Thrones is in this.
Fucking the dude who got his cock chopped off and then died. I had to meet it.
Yeah, Theon Greyjoy.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, it's
Dude,
Alfie
that
Allen.
guy was in Misfits too. I like that guy.
Freaking Stephen Merchant is in this. It's like, man, they just kept pulling like all these actors in the film. Like as it kept going, I was like, damn, what a freaking cast. But it was pretty good, man. I will say it. The first thing I was thinking watching like the first half of the film, I was like, oh, this is like, it's just romanticizing like the Nazi party and stuff. And it's like, but the way it's filmed, it feels like if Germany won, like this is like their like war movies that they would have. You know, like how we have our war movies and like the way
if
like,
Germany was America,
most of the time.
That's funny.
Yeah. And then, man, when it wants to hit you, dude, it freaking hits you. Like there was a scene and it's like, I'm like, yeah, I don't know where this is going. It's like, oh, things are looking up. And then as soon as the kid like stands up and there's a thing in frame, the music cuts, it's silent, and it's like, oh shit. And it gets heavy. Yeah, I was not expecting that at all.
Fuck, dude, you're giving me goosebumps. Okay.
Yeah, I say it's worth checking out. I think it's on like Hulu or something. But what did you watch, Gerry?
I watched Until Dawn.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I didn't know it came out until the day before I watched it. I forgot
That's
about
right.
it.
It's out.
Nobody told
out.
me. Yeah. Okay. Honestly, I liked it. It was okay. Maybe I'm just too desensitized, but I don't know what horror is anymore. Because I wasn't really scared. If anything, dude, I'm a little baby when it comes to like scare tactics. All I need is like a big, scary face with sharp teeth, and like dilated or small pupils, and you got me, man. I'll just hide behind my hands the whole movie. So like when the It remake came out, I'm like I'm already know what I'm expecting. Why am I still so fucking scared? But Until Dawn was alright. I don't know if you guys are gonna watch it.
All I know is it's not the game.
It's not the game at all. There's a nod to the game, which makes you think. Which I think it's assuming that fucking Peter Stormare is in. There's different renditions of type of like psychological torment, I guess, is what he's doing to these people. But there's a lot of it that I'm like, okay, because there's one night it's like, yeah, okay, this thing happens. I'm trying not to spoil it, but there's something like wrong with it wholly where I'm like, I guess we're just doing what we want then.
Yes.
Honestly, I'm not gonna watch it. I don't know about Danny.
I'm not gonna watch it. I probably won't watch it in theaters, but maybe one day I'll watch it. But yeah, all I know is there's no Wendigo.
There are.
No, there are. Yeah,
Oh,
I was
yeah.
wrong because I think I was the one that told you guys from my interpretation of when I saw the trailer the first time. Because the first time I saw the trailer, they didn't show like the plot being that they could die multiple times and that they would just come
That's
back
exactly
and
what I
like
was
die
trying
of
to
different
fucking
deaths or
avoid,
whatever.
Oscar. God damn it.
That's in the
Oh, it's
trailer,
in the trailer?
though. That's
okay.
that's
I see. That's
in the trailer.
another thing I didn't watch the trailer
Yeah.
for. I'm like, whatever.
Well, sorry, Jerry. Like, not to step on your balls or nothing, but yes, it was in the trailer. So that's where I caught myself and I was like, oh fuck! But that was already after the fact that the movie came out.
Okay.
But
Okay.
there's
Like
there's
since you guys know that part, I guess I can just say it now. Some nights like they die one way, right? And then I'm like, okay, cool. That's a night right there. They got to respawn. The next night they die by something completely different that seems like it should have like lasting effects throughout each night, because the first death they went through, or the death prior to that one they went through, only lasts every single fucking night. So if they do the same thing every night, they're all gonna die. But like this other thing that looks like it might have plot implications to like the main story, just fucking, it's a one and done thing. Like this girl does the thing, they all die, they come back, and it's like she never went to it in the first place. I'm like, but what about the first fucking death? It's like, I need, there's gonna be continuity, I need it for like everything. But I guess that wasn't the point of it. The point of it is she's trying to find her sister, and like I guess it's gonna be hard if she's fucking possessed the rest of the movie. But whatever. Like it, the Wendigos, how they're made is pretty interesting. It's like you go more and more, and you turn more and more into one as the nights go on. It's pretty much a game. You're stuck in there, and you have to make it to dawn to like leave. Otherwise, you're stuck in the night, forever doomed, I guess. Peter Stormare killed it.
Yeah, I didn't know about the respawn thing.
Yeah, I didn't know either. The story went on when I was watching. I'm like, oh, that's actually pretty interesting. Okay, but there were a couple constants throughout the movie, like the dude in the clown mask, and the prior death I told you about. So they used that quite a bit. The way they got out of everything, kind of like, what are you gonna do, dude? You know, it's like, I was gonna say it's a port to video media, but yeah, not everything can be perfect. I guess like by the end of it, I was trying to hold in my piss, but I couldn't hold it anymore. So I'm like, you know what? This seems like the end sequence. I'm just gonna get up really quick. I timed myself. It's less than 2 minutes, leaving the seat, coming back, and I pretty much picked up where I left off. Not much happened. It's all right. 7 out of 10. I would wait until it's out cheaper, or if you want, I could find it.
Do you think if you had stayed the extra 30 seconds to wash your hands, it would have made a difference.
Yeah, because I think I was trying to find an out to actually go just in case, like, if something were to happen, I wouldn't miss it. But no, like, they were looking for something, and like the scene had barely transitioned to that, so I'm like, now's the time. So I left, and then when I came back, they were barely fighting the guy with the mask, and I think they had just finished actually. So I'm like, oh, I can kind of piece together what happened, because like he split them up somehow, and then one girl was over there fucking off, and then everybody else was trying to kill the guy. So I'm like, okay, so nothing important. Yeah, at the end it turned into it felt very like Outlast-ish, because they were inside like an asylum with a bunch of these Wendigos everywhere.
Wendigo?
Shout out.
Does it make you want to play the game?
No, I like what the fuck is the studio? Dark Horse Productions? No, was it?
No, Dark Horse is not the.
What was it called?
It's like
Dark
Pictures.
Dark House or Dark Pictures.
Dark Pictures, yeah. At first, at the very beginning, when they first came out, when they were barely coming out with like Until Dawn, and then the other one, I forgot what it was called.
Oh,
the Carnival one.
All the other ones.
No.
Oh, you're talking
all
about the VR level for Until Dawn, or?
I think so.
Because there was a
VR it was
thing
like a Carnival rail shooter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, when those came out, I'm like, I'm not more in the Until Dawn one. I'm like not really into like the whole QTE thing about being a video game, but the more I was watching like Let's Plays on it, hi everybody, this is Markiplier, and then we just like play, and it's like I don't mind the story at all. You know, Peter Stormare is like a really good asshole in that game. The more I was watching it, the more I'm like, okay, this actually has some potential. I kind of mess with the story as like a horror, but it didn't really translate well, I guess, to the big screen. But there is like kind of a nod to the game in the movie. It's pretty much just a teen movie, not really on vacation, but like in the middle of the woods with like a cabin, and shit goes scary from there. No sex though, which I'm honestly big ups to that. I think I was the only one in the theater. Oh no, there was somebody else there, but when I went to go piss, I saw them and they were passed out in their seat.
Hell yeah.
Not bad. I think I gave it an extra point because I was 2 beers in. More not benefit of the doubt, but the other one, I don't know, man.
I say with that, we could do some emails. If you got any questions or comments, you can email us at unversedpodcast@gmail.com. We'll bring them on the show and talk about it. So appreciate those as always. We got one in from the boy Mark, of course. I think as always, he's bringing up how recently, as of this recording, like it's back up now. The whole site didn't go down, but MangaDex got a big like DMCA strike for a bunch of series that are unlicensed and untranslated. So that's the really shitty part about it, is like that was the only way we could read like a good amount of those. So that happened, and so his question relates to that of what was something you wanted to play or watch, but it was too late because it got delisted or taken down. That is a good question because I don't know.
I have a whole bunch of Wes Anderson movies that I've been meaning to watch. They were on Hulu for a while, and I was like, oh, they'll be there. I'll get around to them. And then they got taken off of Hulu, and I tried checking on every streaming service that I'm paying for right now, and I can't fucking find any of them anywhere. So I really want to watch Wes Anderson movies, and I really hate that I passed up the opportunity to watch any of the new movies that I didn't pay to see in theaters.
Because you weren't even alive, and you didn't even know who the guy was.
What are you talking about?
Isn't that shitty?
The recent ones.
Oh, the recent ones? Oh, you didn't watch the one where they were in Vegas?
Nah, but I, like a lot of the movies that I really put on my favorites list were directed by him. Like one of my all-time favorite movies is Fantastic Mr. Fox. I don't know if you guys have seen that movie. That's a great fucking movie.
I just know of it.
Oh, if you haven't seen it personally, you would have a good time watching it. I feel like, especially for somebody like with your tastes, you would probably have like a laugh or two. You'd be like, there are some good constructive jokes that were made there. George Clooney is the main character, and then they have like all these other actors in it, like Owen Wilson's in it, Bill Murray's in it, Jason Schwartzman's in it.
Yeah, there's usually a good cast with the movies.
Yeah,
Really
every
cast.
Wes Anderson movie has like you're gonna see generally the same faces, and if they're not gonna be like shown, then they'll definitely be like used like for voice acting. Fuck, what else was I gonna say? The last movie that I saw that he made was like the Grand Budapest Hotel.
Oh yeah, isn't Bautista in that one?
Talking about Steve Bautista, right? The wrestler.
Dave Bautista? Yeah.
Dave
Bautista.
Steve Bautista.
Who is that?
I don't know. I'm not gonna Google it right now. Steve Bautista. He's a barista.
Yeah, I can't say there's something where I wanted to see or play and it got delisted or got removed from streaming services. Like the only games I know that are delisted, Multiverses, that's going to get shut down soon. Like Jump Force, J-Stars, like things with licenses for games where it gets taken down. And then there was like some, oh god, where was it? It was a show on like Paramount or HBO Max. And like it only got one season and it got canceled. And then I think a year later they took it off. And so like it's just gone forever unless you find it somewhere. Yeah, I don't know.
I guess the same thing also applies to like the PlayStation Plus, right? Like depending on what tier that you have, because there are some games that were available for free and then some games that weren't.
I'm sure I missed a lot.
I guess, but you can always just buy it, right?
Like I guess if I had to say a game equivalent, it would have been Lost Judgment, because I had the opportunity to, like, I had it downloaded into my system. I just never played it because I know that you had to play Judgment before that, and Judgment was like a monthly game, so that was already in my box. Like I had that, it was locked in. But Lost Judgment was behind, I think, the extra tier list, and then it got removed. And I was like, oh fuck, I should have actually played this game while I had a chance, because now I don't have a chance anymore. I wanted to try It Takes Two as well. That was another game that was on the tier list that I had downloaded for a while, and then
Yeah, that's a good one.
and then I got removed. I mean, I hear that people like Split Screen or Split was it Split Fiction?
Split Fiction.
The one that just
yeah.
came out. But I mean, like, I personally just haven't seen people play it. You know what I mean? So it's not like really within, like, it's literally like the whole thing we've been talking about all episode. It's just like nobody's told me. You know what I mean? Like, it's good, but nobody's told me. So nobody talks about it. Hell yeah, bro. Good question, Mark.
He brings up that there is a mod for DMC3 on Steam called Crimson, and basically what it is it's taking the Switch version of DMC3 Special Edition and they're just bringing it to Steam. So what that means is there's now the co-op mode, and there is style switching now, which makes that game like totally broken, which is funny. But there's also other stuff in there too, like you get the weapon wheel, you get the third-person camera and stuff. And so his question with that is, what's something from a past game would you love to get like that kind of treatment to where, it's getting the new aspects of the series into the old game? Like how they did the Dead Space remake. That's the first thing I thought of. Like they added elements from like 2 and 3, if I'm not mistaken. There is some stuff, well, I don't know, because most of the series I play, it's not like the changes are so dramatic like the style switching and stuff in DMC, to where like, oh, would love to have that in the older games. Because like I was thinking like, oh, maybe No More Heroes, but I'm like, it's like not that different from 1 and 3. And then like aside from other games, it's just like, well, you would just be adding like different weapons that show up in the later installments of the series, right?
Yeah, that tracks. I guess on my end, I would say that I've really only like had interest to mod like Bethesda games. I feel like ever since I played Fallout 3, which was like my introductory game into like the whole Bethesda studio game and all of their series, like all of their different games. It was really like something that really took me by surprise, like how well like you can really create a game, like, and not only that, but like really like captivate the person playing the game, like in like a first person format, it was just my very first experience like playing a first person shooter that was also an RPG, and I was like, this is fucking awesome. This is nuts. It blew my mind. So like to me, like I've always had like a fascination for wanting to like go back to these old games like Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas and Skyrim, Oblivion, and just like seeing what mods are out there and just seeing what you can do. Like if it's like a quality of life wise that we're talking about, one good example I can give you is a little while ago, I was playing Fallout New Vegas, and I did not realize that back then, or at least in this game, they didn't have a feature that they have now in Fallout 4, which is like a steady aim. You know how most first-person shooters, like if you have a sniper or something, you can like hold down the right stick and you can like hold your breath, right? So that wasn't a feature that they had in New Vegas. So there's a mod that you can get like as a quality of life improvement. You can just get off Nexus mods or something, and it would just allow you to do the steady aim. So you could just hold your breath and then just aim. I'm honestly interested in most mods that aren't completely game breaking, but are just like mechanic changing, right? Like either that or expansive mods, like people who really just, it's not really just people, it's like whole teams that are dedicated to like putting mods together to just like make the game better, or as a whole like make a brand new game out of the game itself. Like there are, I think it's called like, look it up, but I know that, again, I'm going to use Fallout New Vegas as an example, but I know that they have like a mod called like Rust, or yeah, I'm gonna say it's like Rust or something like that. It's just like some expansive mod where like they added a whole like extra area of the map, or like a whole new map. They added new characters, new missions. So it's just like people really taking the time to create new models, or like customize models to make new characters in its entirety, create their own voice lines, upload their own voice acting, you know. And I think it's just really cool. Like, so my answer is definitely going to be like, I'm always been a fan of wanting to go back and play these old games and just seeing what people have done with them, and just really just going balls to the wall crazy with all the things that you can do. This is like the main reason on why I wanted to get a computer in the first place, was so I can do all of this, because you can't do none of this on console, at least not without a computer to hack it anyway.
Yeah, definitely the fan stuff is always like really cool to see. I think, yeah, because like that stuff just reminds me of like the whole thing with Oblivion, with the remake, and how like they enhance like the combat and like a bunch of other stuff, like it's like similar to like Skyrim or whatever, and it's like, yeah, you're just improving the game because, you know, it was janky back then, like we could fix it now. You know,
it's funny, one of the mods that I saw for the remaster was they took off the filters that they used in the default game for, I'm sorry, not the default game, I word that wrong. They took off the filters that they used in the remaster and gave them back the original like environment design, like the original environment filters and stuff like that they had in the original game. I don't know if it's just, I've also kind of noticed it. I don't know if you guys would agree with me, but like these days, like when you look at a new game, a lot of the times, like in the default settings, like the color looks off, or it'll just look pretty bad in design. To me, what it looks like Monster Hunter was another one of the examples, or like you get the game and without making any customizations, it just looks fucking gray. Kind of like, I don't know if you noticed that, Gerry, but to me, like playing the demo, the alpha, the beta, like whatever, like it just looks gray to me when I actually had it in front of me. And like not until like you mess with like the camera settings and stuff like that, you know, like the display options where you can change like the RGB and stuff like that, saturation. Like it just looks bad. So like, I don't know. I think like they definitely have an idea of like how they think that they're improving some aspects in the remaster, and then other people are just coming back in like, hey, we'll just set this correctly to with the way it should have been, just to make sure that it's a complete 10 out of 10 at that point, you know?
Having a Sonic 06 that would actually work would be pretty cool. I heard that game was pretty cool, but just the ass to get through.
That's honestly a really good answer, because I've always wanted to play that Sonic game.
Me too, but no way in hell am I gonna put myself through all that. See, there's like Souls Rage, and then there's Sonic Rage, and Sonic Rage isn't one that I want. That's why I put down Sonic Frontiers, because there's a lot of that it demands perfection.
Right on, man. So thank you, Mark, for the emails. Again, unversedpodcast@gmail.com. And with that, let's get the heck out of here, man. Thanks for listening. And we will be back on the next episode.
Tune in next time when we talk about chamomile tea.